Morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Snap Picks, the show where we pick the news. It's your host, Varian, and it is currently Tuesday, the 19th of June. So, as usual, let's start by looking at the most shared articles on Facebook. Alright, here we go. First article is work related to Obama Presidential Center to cost Illinois taxpayers nearly $200 million. The controversial Obama Presidential Center in Chicago will benefit from almost $200 million in taxpayer funding for work on infrastructure projects near the center of Chicago's South Side, bringing the Obama Presidential Center took leadership and vision, and we are gratified by our partnership's Springfield potential for what it means to Illinois. There might be, oh crap, I lost my link there. There might be, multiple sources of funding, like it could be money from Chicago, money from Illinois, then money from the Fed. And it could serve multiple purposes. So this requires reading. I don't trust it. It could be factually correct, but there could be a lot more to the story than what's being shown. Moment taxi hits World Cup fans when injured 8 in Moscow Street. So yeah, I saw this yesterday. There was a taxi hit a bunch of people instead of break after 20-hour shift. So it's clearly an accident, and it sucks. But 8 people injured in an accident isn't really news usually. It might just be because it's in the city where the World Cup is happening that people talked about it. Texas Republican Party endorses marijuana decriminalization. That made it to yesterday's Snap. We talked about the F1 yesterday's Snap. Haven't managed to talk to an F1 person yet, but I'll get back to it. Democrats visit immigrant detention center on Father's Day to protest. Yeah, so this whole children being separated from parents has become a huge international issue. Like, UN speakers have been talking about it. I think people need to look into the issue much deeper than currently. Like, I have a bunch of unanswered questions. Like, how many other countries do this? Is this a standard policy? Where are the parents being sent? How are the children being treated? And there's just too much information that I don't have answers to yet, so I might read up on it. But for Daily Snap readers, we try to get information quickly. I don't want them to just leave with the title and an impression. I want them to get a broader picture. So if the article can give me a broader picture, then it might be I might go in. Trump orders establish of Space Force as 6th military branch. With his statement, it waded into a policy debate about space that spanned administration beginning in his... Oh my god. I don't want to put more Trump news, but this is funny as hell. I don't want more Trump news, but that is funny. Space Force. I mean, if nothing else shows up, but I don't want to put Trump news. You know why? All news about Trump, we gotta start talking about other things. Fans left bemused after X-Men UTD star contradicts himself of analyst. It seems like football news. Yeah, Ozil. Yeah, they didn't perform well against Mexico. German reports claim Arsenal will announce singing Burn Leno within 24 hours. Okay, sounds like German news. Diego Costa expressed support for teammate David De Gea after Portugal nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare, it was 3-3. It was a great game. Arsenal stopper considering move manager Unai. So this is more of this, it's football news after all. I guess there's going to be a lot of football news during FIFA season. This is the Dim one, which they spelt monies here. But it's from a local paper, so I didn't trust it. Rapper XXX Temptation shot in Miami. Will be shot in Miami. Okay, who cares? How to look like you know loads about football. Ted Cruz introduces legislation to keep immigrants together after they cross the border. Wow, Ted Cruz. Facing outcry over family separations, DHS chief says he will not apologize. Mexican soccer fan celebration trigger earthquake sensors. That's funny. Because that's more than just soccer news. That's about a city and celebrations. So people could think that's funny. Several feared dead after Osaka quake, Japan media. Oh, so there was a quake in Osaka. Osaka is a F1 location as well, if I'm not mistaken. 3 people were killed and more than 300 injured. Whoa. I mean, I know that earthquakes happen all the time in Japan, but you got to... I haven't heard about a large one in a while, so if there's nothing else, might make the news. President just called for a new branch of the military. Oh, yeah, okay, we saw that. Trump, Palestine, Cole's meeting with Russia, Clinton. Yeah, not great. All right, let's check Reddit. Leave those kids alone. Helicopter parenting linked to behavioral problems. I think this is an old one. I don't think this is new. I think everybody knows this. Children whose parenting are over-controlling, helicopter parents, when they are toddlers, are less able to control their emotions. I know people who fit this description, and that there's a psychology review is nice. I guess people who are newly parents might want to hear about that. 100% renewable energy omnibus clears Massachusetts Senate. The language would affect the Eversource rate ruling that was crafted. The state's joint committee. Okay. All right. Let me read this. Make sure I understand what it's talking about. On Thursday, the Massachusetts State Senate approved 35-0, a package of energy bills including provisions that would set 100% renewable energy standard by 2047. Okay, that's a bit away. 20 years. 30 years. To remove the state's metering caps. I mean, at least they're trying. On a local level. That's good. iPhone iOS 12 will automatically share precise location data during 9/11 calls in the United States. I mean, that's nice. It doesn't seem... I think that's... I assumed that's what happened already. I didn't know it was not happening. So people might not find it newsworthy. Trump camps goes viral on Twitter to describe kids' immigrant centers. Okay. The Greatest Showman is the UK's number film soundtrack. The Greatest Showman is the UK's number film soundtrack. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, that's cool. Entertainment news, hard to talk about. Yeah, that's made it. Pittsburgh cartoonist says there's fire. Okay, we've seen that. We might have a new situation. Okay, yeah, we saw the prediction. Yeah, we saw this. Conway's husband Trump found the allegation. Yeah. Democrat lawmakers make surprises. I see it. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, saw that. Post trail breadcrumbs. Trump Tower spies issues warning to the world. Yeah, saw that. Kaliningrad photos appear to show Russia upgrading nuclear weapons bunker. Interesting. Russia appears to have upgraded nuclear weapons storage bunker in the Kaliningrad enclave, in the latest sign of Moscow's increased emphasis on nuclear arms in its standoff with NATO. According to new reports, it has all fingerprints of typical Russian nuclear weapon storage sites. Oh man, I don't want to go back to the Cold War. That sounds terrible. Using young children as political foils, Barrett. Liberals will sell off ABC if party wins elections. Okay, yeah, we saw that. Judge crackdown Kansas. Okay, that's cool. So we got a bunch of news stories. Let's start by removing duplicate sources. So if the helicopter parents or the Kaliningrad photo is upgrading nuclear weapons bunker. Okay, sorry if I'm not speaking, I'm just reading a bit. As well as a typical Russian nuclear weapon storage site. The work on the bunker began in 2016, and the new roof was put on earlier this summer. It's been moving. The new site we've been monitoring for quite some time. There's been some upgrades put in the past, dramatic. It has upgrades in the past, but nothing as dramatic as this one. This is the first time we've seen nuclear bunkers being excavated and apparently renovated. These pictures show improved weapons in Kaliningrad now, but they do show it is an active site. Russian military announced in January this year the necessary infrastructure has been built to accommodate a permanent presence of mobile Iskander-M missiles capable of carrying conventional nuclear warheads up to a 500-kilometer range. These missiles were due to be combat-ready earlier this year. It says that because of their range, the Iskanders represent a violation of the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. Kaliningrad also serves as a base of Russia's Baltic Fleet. Unlike NATO, the Russian military, particularly its navy, has kept many of its tactical weapon systems nuclear capable, including anti-ship missiles, short-range land attack missiles, and even air defense. Okay, well, that seems more news than helicopter parenting, which doesn't seem news. It seems obvious to me, but some people might be news. I like this. Okay, this is going to make it 100% renewable energy omnibus bill. It's good progress. Kaliningrad's probably going to make it. So that's 2 articles. So we have 2 Fox here. Between Mexican soccer fan celebration triggering earthquake sensors and center to Illinois tax. I think the Mexican earthquake is funnier. Yeah. Taxi thing doesn't really seem like news to me. 8 people injured by a taxi. It happens all over the world. Just because it was in a city where soccer was happening doesn't make it news. Huffington Post tends to be opinion pieces. It doesn't mean it's well edited. Then visits immigration detention on Father's Day to protest separations. Oh, it's the Democrats visiting. So this is a political piece for the Democrats. They're just trying to get some political points out of it. I don't want to sponsor the Democrats or the Republicans. Space Force. Trump directs Pentagon to create new military branch. Yeah, this one was crazy. Okay, well, we can get Japan in there. Japan and Mexico both talk about earthquakes, but for different reasons, sadly. Do we want Space Force to be our fifth news item? It's kind of stupid. I don't want to put more Trump news. He's all over the news. We got to stop doing this. There's other people who can be in the news. Henderson hailed as Reds caps England. So looking up Reddit positive language. Henderson hailed as Reds captains held England to World Cup win. Okay. That's more soccer. Low new kind of crunch time has NBA. More sports stuff. Father, Juve, perfect for football. Italia. More sports stuff. Granddad leaves behind. Yeah, we saw that. Good movies work better. Warner Bros. Boss candid on Aquaman. Okay. More entertainment news. A lot of you want another Samsung Galaxy S5. Okay, cool. Who cares? Stuttgart's. I'd get to do what I love because of my dad. Okay, more sports news. Rod Woodson, T.O. should have all speech. Thank you. Okay, Formula 1. A lot of sports news. Wow, this is like to watch IBM AI successfully debate humans. Oh, that sounds funny. At a small event in San Francisco last night, IBM hosted a 2-debate club cycle discussion. Project Debater. Wow, that sounds interesting. Let's give it a listen.
Real world problems. A lot of times they don't have a clear bottom line with
a meaningful and valuable discussion between man and machine.
Hello, Dan. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
The debater system tries to
when it gets the topic, and we do.
You are speaking at the extremely fast rate of 218 words per minute. There is no need to hurry.
The value of this technology is really to allow decision makers to take more informed.
Interesting. They didn't exactly show how it's working, but the fact that it exists, I think, is newsworthy. So there you go. There we have it. Mexican soccer fans celebration triggers earthquake sensors. At least 3 killed, 300 injured. A strong quake hits Osaka. 100% renewable energy omnibus clears Massachusetts Senate. Kaliningrad photos appear to show Russia upgrading nuclear weapons bunker. And watch what it's like as an IBM AI successfully debates humans. So those are our 5 news articles today. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the episode tomorrow morning. Have a good day. Bye.